Hi everybody, this is episode 7 of Sweet Skein of Mine. My name's Amanda, coming to you from Fredericton, New Brunswick, East Coast, Canada. I'm a knitter, I am an indie dyer, and this is a podcast about my knitting journey. So anybody new, thanks for checking me out. Anybody coming back, thanks for returning. And those of you that were sending me all the nice feedback on my colorways that I just did last episode, thank you. I'm really happy with them too. So for those of you that did order, please send me some pictures. Excited to see how it knits up, because I guess I always have a plan when I'm dyeing it, but you know how it knits up is always a surprise too. So anyway, please forward pictures. Anyway, I didn't podcast last week, and I forgot. For Christmas, myself and 2 other parents surprised our teenage boys with a trip to Toronto. We went to see an NBA game. We saw the Raptors and the Golden State Warriors, so that was a lot of fun. We took off Friday morning and got back Sunday night. So I had lots of knitting time on the flight. I'm an early riser, so I was up every morning down in the lobby having my coffee and knitting, so definitely got some knitting done. Anyway, we had a great time. Those 3 16-year-old boys were shoppers, so all we did was walk around and check out all the cool, funky sneaker stores. And anyway, along the way, I had always heard about it, Romney Wools. I wasn't even looking for it because we really did make this weekend about the boys, and I mean, we all got our own shopping, and of course, but I wasn't going to try to make it to a yarn store because I thought I've always heard of Purple Pearl, but I think it's a ways away from the city. I'm not sure, but anyway, I literally stumbled in front of Romney Wools. So I told everybody, you guys go ahead. I have got to check this out. So what I thought was like a little quaint, charming yarn store, it was huge. I walked in and the whole store, I mean, it went forever, and shelves and shelves and shelves of yarn. Anyway, we were kind of strapped for time. The boys were checking out the last store, and then we had a reservation before the basketball game. But I ran in and kind of did a loop. I did pick up a couple of things. One thing I picked up was a pair of the Knitter's Pride Zings. Anyway, $7.60, and I grabbed a size 4 millimeter because I just find this is the needle I'm always kind of looking for. Anyway, I had mentioned a few podcasts back I wasn't a huge fan of the carbons because I could feel that little joint between the tip. Anyway, for $7.60, these are awesome. You don't feel that. So I grabbed that, and I did not have time to look at yarn, so kind of close to the exit or the cashier, there was a stand with some Artfill bells, the little minis. So I grabbed 3 of those. Anyway, I knit them up already, but I'll show them to you. Anyway, I did get 3. One's gone because I used it up in my penguono, but here's one. This is Orchid. It's so pretty. And then this one is Fireworks. So this is what's left over after, it's a 20-gram mini, after I put a square in my memory blanket. So I'll show you what it looks like knit up. Here's one. There's the Firework right there. I think that's so pretty. Flecks of yellow and like a mustard and grays. There's the Orchid. That's really pretty also. Lime green and orange and pink. And then my favorite one is, I don't think I marked it. Oh, here it is. Neapolitan. Right there. It's almost like a dirty gray base, but then it's got pinks, and anyway, the Neapolitan was my favorite. So I used up the rest of the ball in my penguono, which I can show you. So I've gotten probably another 6 squares on my memory blanket. It's coming along. This is flying. I love this. This is just a project that's going to go on and on and on. I see no end, because as I use up my minis, it's I don't want to repeat a color yet. So, and also my mom for Christmas had gotten me a bag of these guys. It's merino, 100% merino, and Mila Mia, Sweden, 100% virgin wool. Anyway, it's so squishy and soft. So here's the whole color palette that came in this cute little bag. So I've gotten these bottom 4 in the memory blanket and these 2 to go. And then my little Artful Bell minis are in that. So progress on the memory blanket. So I started a sock. This was my airplane knitting. My stepfather, his birthday's coming up. Oh, I hope he doesn't watch this. I bet he does. He's like my #1 fan in life. Yeah, knit-worthy. I mean, if I could knit this man anything and everything, I would. But his birthday's coming up, so the plane was a perfect time to get started a sock, and I've gotten a ton done. So this is a Patton's Croy yarn. The series is called Effects, so it's not really stripy. It just kind of, the effect is this blurred color transition, blues and grays. I got the heel in last night. They're only 50 gram skeins. I got this in Quebec when we went after Christmas. He's got a size 11 foot, so I don't know what's gonna happen, if I'm gonna play yarn chicken or if it's gonna have a really dark, long toe on it. But anyway, the heel's done. I'm gonna keep going, get this measured out to see how it's gonna work. I went to Cricket Cove yesterday and grabbed some Patton's Croy charcoal for the heel and the toe. And like I said, I may have to start the toe early and it be, I don't know, a little longer of a different colored toe, but he'll love it. I'm excited to give them to him. So that was one thing I got done for airplane knitting. Also, when I was in Cricket Cove yesterday, I was supposed to only grab something to do the heel and the toe, but got distracted by this. Here's my yarn porn. It's cheeky. It's a hedgehog twist sock, squishy, 80% BFL, 20% nylon. This is so pretty. Anyway, Maria laughs at me when I go in there because I just get so drawn to the hedgehog. But this is gonna go on my penguono because it's totally going with the color theme. So there, grabbed that yesterday as well. What else? You know what? I want to kind of mention, and I brought the box with me because in my Knitting Fuel mug, I am drinking the most delicious tea I've ever had in my life. American Knitting Friends, if you want to do some kind of trade, like I will send you, what's our Canadian thing, like Smarties or Coffee Crisp or ketchup chips, I will send this to you. If somebody wants to do a trade, this tea is the best tea ever. It's just Red Rose Sweet Temptations lemon cake. It is so good. It tastes like dessert. And I drink like probably 3 of these a day. I'm loving this. I got this in the States at the Christmas tree store, and then when my aunt was there, I got her to grab me a couple of more boxes, but I'm gonna fly through this because I'm trying to be good. Not on a diet, but I'm trying to be good because December was crazy with all the beer and cheese and everything. So, but this tea, to sip on this in the afternoon, oh, so good. You guys have to try it. It tastes like lemon pound cake. So, there, just a little blurb about that. What else have I been, okay, so more progress on my Madewell. Thank goodness I brought 2 projects on the plane because I got to the spot on the sock where the heel had to go. And for the afterthought heel, you need waste yarn. So thank goodness I had 2 projects. on the go. So I was able to use some of my Brooklyn tweed loft to put in, to sneak in that heel so I could keep knitting on it. Anyway, so yeah, got a little more progress done on this. At this point, I'm just knitting, and it's just going back and forth with the knitting and the purling. So this is where I'm keeping track of my progress. I need this to be 14.5 inches. And again, still loving this. This is, yeah, my favorite. That book I bought, Slow Knitting, it has little blurbs about different dyers, like Julie Asselin, and then it has a little blurb about the Brooklyn tweed story, about the guy that kind of got that whole thing going. It was really interesting. But yeah, this yarn's awesome. And I don't know if you can see it, but sometimes, oh, here's a piece. But as you knit and as you unravel this yarn, it's so rustic. There's literally like little pieces of hay in it. Oh, I don't think it's showing, but yeah, I love this. I can see myself actually making a third Madewell, but not for a while. Anyway, so I got that done. And then major progress on my Penguono since last episode. This is flying, and I know it's flying because, not because I've worked on it that much, but because the needle size and having like a chunky gauge with your yarn. So last time I showed you, I had the back panel finished and the welts started. I ripped out that welt. By the time I figured out how to really do the welt, it was like all the knitting I had done was practice, and it looked like crap. I had to rip it out and throw that yarn in the garbage because it was all like twisted and tangled, and I've got no patience for that. So, and I wasn't crazy about the color. I was using that raspberry color, and anyway, I'll show you what I did. So, did these 3 welts, and this is with lichen and lace, this beigey color, and then I used my Anna Mathis Plume Fiber Arts pink, and then another one there. And then because you triple strand and sometimes double strand, I just did some different colors, the blue, the gold. I think this is Hedgehog Pollen. This was Homespun House Blueberry Muffin, maybe, from a mini club I did. And this one was Teacup and don't remember, but something else. So I don't know how I feel about welts. I mean, I know once it's on, it'll be kind of cool looking, but I don't know. It's also kind of like space, Mork and Mindy space age looking to me too, with these big 3. You know what I mean? Like a little, I don't know. Anyway, they're there. Let's see how it goes. But I do love the knit, and I know I'm going to love the sweater when it's all done. So got this all done. This has the pretty mohair in it, that hedgehog kid silk lace I'd gotten. How pretty is that? Go on to this here. So this panel is where I used up the rest of the Neapolitan Art Fill Bell, and I mixed it with a lichen and lace worsted. But look how pretty that turned out. The lichen and lace worsted is just this really soft, neutrally beige, and then the Neapolitan puts these punches of pinks and, yeah, fuchsia in it, so it's really pretty. Anyway, how this is broken down when you knit it, which is, thank goodness, it's like this. Everything's numbered, so you can really keep track of where you are. It makes sense how to knit it because you can see the panel, which direction it's going on. So right now I'm on panel 7. So the Neapolitan in that part is here, and then you do this and this. So that's all. And then I do the other side. Anyway, ooh, I'm getting warm. I'm gonna take this off. Hey, this is Campside by Alicia Plummer. I made this ages ago, and I love it because it's pink, and it was like one of my favorite knits. And I found the tag. I didn't think I had it. It's DK, the Mineville Wool Project. I went into Cricket Cove one day and saw it, the yarn, and this pretty pink. And Michelle showed me this shawl pattern. So a ton of lace, and how pretty in this soft pink, and it's a little tonal. You can kind of see the lighter tone to the darker tone right there. This is an easy, beautiful pattern. Look how big it is, and it's warm. My house is cool, but I had to take it off. It was getting me. Isn't that pretty? So I did have enough left in this to throw it in the penguono. Now that it's in front of me, I'm just remembering, but I used it on the back panel and mixed it with teacup hedgehog. So that's got a really pretty effect to it as well. Anyway, I love this. And Alicia Plummer does campside, not just the shawl, but she does sweaters as well. Like there's a cardigan, there's a pullover that my friend Leslie Jane did. Oh, sweet. So anyway, this is an easy knit, just a lot of yarn overs, but this beautiful lacy effect. I love it. It's like a blankie. So we got that done. What else? I just hooked up with the fiber share. I just signed up for that. It was on Instagram. Someone else posted it. And Margaret, you did. And I got in touch and asked how to do it. Just anyway, it sounds like so much fun. You can get hooked up with somebody internationally or in your country. You fill out a questionnaire, and it asks, you know, what your interests are, what your hobbies are, colors, if you're a weaver, knitter, spinner, anyway, whatever it is. It's like a $9 Canadian fee. And I think in like 2 or 3 more days, I'm gonna get matched up with my partner. So I can't wait. I like stuff like that. I love giving people presents and then getting treats like that in the mail. So if anybody's interested in those things, yeah, check it out. It's called Fiber Share. And if you just look at the hashtag on Instagram, you can find the link. Very straightforward. So I did that. And then this Saturday, me and a few friends are going to go to the Winter Wool Gathering in Woodstock, New Brunswick. I have no idea what it is. It's just online. It just said there's, I think, some workshops maybe, and lots of vendors. Anyway, Woodstock's like a 45-minute drive from Fredericton. So we're going to go do that for something to do and go check it out. I know Plume Fiber Arts is going to be there. So I'd love to get another skein of hers, and if she's got a lot of pretty colors, and I know last time she may have had some neons, so I'd like to get a neon to throw in my penguono. So that's on my weekend planned list, and I don't have a notion to show you, but I did want to show you this because I've been using it like crazy the past few days. Between knitting with the Patton's Croy, which is, you know, it's rustic yarn. It's a little bit rougher, and the Brooklyn Tweed Loft. My hands are so dry. I ordered this last year. It's a Lolo bar, and maybe some of you have already heard about it, but it's awesome. It's a bar, a moisturizing bar, and it's just this block, and I just rub it, and anyway, I have the bergamot smell, and it smells nice. So I keep it right in my knitting bag. But if people are feeling a little dried out from the winter weather and knitting hands, then I recommend this for sure. So I think that's it, everybody. Thanks for checking me out. And honestly, I really mean that. If any of you US friends of mine want to do a little swap-a-roo, direct message me on Instagram, Sweet Skein of Mine, and let's do a trade, because this tea's awesome. And if nobody wants to do a trade, that's okay. Go buy this if you live in the States. It's awesome. That's it, everybody. So have a great weekend. Not too much planned, just the Winter Wool Gathering Saturday, And yeah, I have the day off today, so I'm gonna go work on my penguino a little bit more, and I might see you next week. I think with unless I get lots of stuff worthy of doing a podcast for, I might do it next week, or I might do it every 2 weeks, just depending on, you know, what I have to talk about and what there is that I've gotten completed. So far, nothing completed, but lots on the go. So have a great weekend, everybody. Happy knitting, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.